Your tickets are invalid.
I own this land outright. The title search confirms it.
Your jurisdiction ends here. The bylaws clearly state that—
Cold air hit my face as blue golf cart strobes bounced off the stone columns of my driveway. The smell of wet asphalt and cold coffee mixed with the sound of paper slapping windshields. It was my sister's birthday, Friday, May 3rd, 2024, 9 p.m., and 4 of my guests stood in heels beside their cars while the HOA patrol wrote tickets like a game. 10 yellow slips for 10 cars. Private driveway, they said. Community rules, they said. 1 truck idled, ready to tow. My niece started crying because her cake was stuck behind a barricade of cones. I stepped out in slippers and a hoodie and asked the patrol to pause. He pointed to a clipboard and smirked. Talked to Karen, the board president. He peeled another ticket and made sure I heard the rip. Here's the sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. HOA ticketed my guests on the mansion driveway. Then I pulled the title search. That's the whole fight. I told the patrol this wasn't a street. It was my deeded driveway. He shrugged and said the board updated policy last month. He left the stack of fines rubber-banded to our gate like a gift. I called Karen. She let it ring, then sent a text at 9:26 p.m. Park in your garage next time. My neighbors peeked through blinds like it was a wildlife show. A couple whispered sorry across their hedges, but didn't step closer. I emailed the board. Auto reply. I left a voicemail. Silence. The cones stayed until midnight, like trophies. That night I drew my line. No shouting. No door slamming. I promised myself I'd use proper channels only. If they wanted paper, I would give them paper. Receipts montage. I lined up photos, emails, and call logs in a binder. I measured the driveway with a tape and marked the edge with blue painter's tape at 6:00 a.m. Saturday. I started a clean sheet labeled Timeline Item 1. April 5 at 4:27 a.m. false trespass call. Because yes, at 4:27 a.m., Karen had called security on my contractor for standing by the mailbox. I added Timeline Item 2, April 20th, at 2:10 p.m. cone placement without notice. I logged 10 fines totaling $1,400 for that one night. I highlighted the rule the patrol waved at me, and I wrote in the margin, "Show me the authority." On Monday, I went downtown. The county building smelled like toner and dust. I asked the clerk for plats, covenants, and easements for my parcel and the adjoining road. She typed, frowned, then rolled a cart to the counter. The file landed with 63 pages. I paid $12 for certified copies. I sat at a gray table and read. There it was in black ink from 1998. My driveway was not HOA common area. It was a private parcel with a recorded easement that allowed neighbors to pass, not police. And the big one, the HOA's policy update, never got recorded or approved by the city after a zoning change in 2019. I printed a one-page summary and underlined a simple point. Patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. I booked a spot on the next board agenda. I also emailed the city code inspector and attached my binder. Proper channels only, but all of them. The big flip came on Wednesday night in the clubhouse, 7:15 p.m. Karen sat at the center table under a chandelier the size of a mini moon. Her pearls looked tight. I rolled in a small projector and set it on the cookie table. The room smelled like burned coffee and lemon cleaner. Neighbors filled the folding chairs and stood along the back wall. I clicked play on a short slideshow. Page stamps. Parcel maps. The easement language, 14 words that changed everything. Not HOA owned. Not enforceable by patrol on private property. I put a photo of my 10 ticket slips on the screen like a fan of goldfish. Gasps. Someone whispered, "Oh, wow." Karen tried to gavel me down. I said calmly that I had copied the county and the inspector and the police liaison. I held up the certified copies with the blue ribbon. The board's lawyer, who looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, asked to see the parcel map. The room leaned forward. Phones came out. People started filming. One neighbor snorted laugh out loud when the slide with the cones popped up. Comments flew in the community group chat, so fast my watch buzzed like a bee. Someone typed Karen taxed the driveway. Another wrote, "This is wild." By morning, a local blogger had posted a clip with 216 shares. The best part wasn't the viral moment. It was the next 12 minutes. The code inspector walked in late, smelled like rain, and sat down with his folder. He spoke slow and clear. The HOA policy wasn't recorded. The driveway was private. The patrol exceeded authority. The cones were a safety hazard. Karen tried to argue about aesthetics. The inspector looked bored and asked if she had any recorded amendments. She didn't. The board lawyer coughed into his sleeve. The authority flip hit like a bell. The inspector issued a written notice. The liaison explained that if security calls were made to push neighbors off private property, that could be a misuse of services. And yes, patterns of false reports can be prosecuted. The board voted to rescind the tickets, zero out the fines, and reimburse towing threats with a formal apology letter. Karen abstained, then fumbled her gavel. The lawyer advised they start a compliance training. The city set a deadline of 14 days for corrected signs and a new map uploaded to the website. The inspector also told them to remove the cones by 5:00 p.m. that day. People clapped. I didn't smile. Not yet. 2 weeks later, life felt normal again. No cones, no patrol hovering. The new signs say resident driveways are private. The board sent a check for $1,400 in goodwill reimbursement and covered my certified copy fees. Karen stepped down as president, citing personal time. The new interim chair, Alma from the Blue House, posted a simple rule sheet written in plain words we all could understand. At our next block gathering, we lit string lights, and my niece finally got her cake. My neighbor Joe brought a folding table and a stack of paper plates. He raised a cup of ginger ale and said to me quietly, "You kept it classy." I shrugged and breathed out. The kids drew chalk hearts on the clean driveway. I went inside, put the binder on a shelf, and let the house be a home again. Please follow for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think she got what she deserves? Comment below.